What to never say to your husband or wife, how to get more sales on TikTok or IG, why is your audience hiding from engaging with you, AI business systems that can save you a ton of time and money, how to get free traffic to your workshops. Welcome to the first ever episode of Ask Dino, where I answer your burning questions here on this actual training. If you guys are brand new to this, if you want to join our free community so you can submit questions, we have a free community called Daily Workshop Customers. There's a link beneath this video. Comment down below otherwise if you do need a link to join. But today we're going to answer the first 4 burning questions that we have from the community. And so we're going to have a ton of fun. And so I'm going to dive right in and waste absolutely zero time. So first question comes from Danny Lee Harris. My burning question, Dino, is this: how do you get more sales on TikTok when you have the attention, you have the views, but not necessarily the money and the conversions? Great question by Danny. Danny, there's different stages to growth and to monetization. So you need to understand first and foremost, what stage are you at? If it's a brand new TikTok account, your objective, right, needs to be, I'm here to grow my following and to give a bunch of value. All right, that has to be done first in the marketplace before you ask for a sale or conversion, right? It's give, ask. Give always comes first, by the way, guys, in life and in business. Give first, ask second. So it depends where your account is at. Now, in this circumstance, it sounds like Danny already has a following. He's done a bunch of videos. He's given a bunch of value. The question I would rhetorically ask to Danny is, are you making a strong call to action? All right, now, in other words, do people even know what to do? Or is Danny just there because this is his hobby and he's giving you advice? I know Danny works in the law of attraction space. So is Danny just creating videos because he likes talking about the law of attraction? We don't know as the audience until you say, hey guys, if you like this video, check out the link in my bio for my free PDF, for my free cheat sheet, for my free course to book a 30-minute session with me. We need to hear that. And so my first immediate assumption, without actually manually auditing Danny's TikTok and or IG account, is that he's probably missing a strong call to action. All right, people on the internet, it's very interesting. We're all adults pretending to be adults, still children acting as adults. Here's the thing when it comes to internet marketing is that you need to imagine that you are speaking in a roundabout way when it comes to instructions. You need to give instructions like your audience are 5 years old. All right, that's my personal rule of thumb. Now, I speak to people like they are adults because they are, but when it comes time for me to tell them what to do next, I need to make it as so simple that a 5-year-old would be able to take the next step. Hey, if you liked this, click the link right underneath this video. Don't do anything else. Go click the link. It should be so direct and simple. And the other thing that I will share with not only with Danny, but with everyone else is make sure you give somebody a reason to do the next step. So it's not just, hey, by the way, click the link in my bio. That there's no benefit to that. Click the link in my bio to download my free cheat sheet. Click the link in my bio to get my best chat GPT prompt that will give you daily affirmations customized to what you are trying to achieve in your life. Click the link in my bio to book a free 30-minute session with me so that we can figure out what is blocking you from manifesting more abundance in your life. You have to give a benefit for the reason of which you want somebody to take the next action. So great question there, Danny. Again, I'm going to go back to this. You can be producing a ton of content, but unless there's a strong call to action and a benefit with it, people will continue to scroll because they'll just go, that's a nice guy on the internet who gave me some cool advice, made me feel good for a moment. Make sure you have a strong call to action and the reason to take the next step. Next question comes from Rachel. Dino, this is hot. Yes. Burning questions here today. Busting to know, my niche is very competitive, and the majority of people would not want to attend a workshop with other permanent artists. So Rachel specializes and make permanent artistry in terms of like permanent eyebrows and things of the sorts, but it's a very competitive industry and people do not like to reveal that their business is not going the way that they would like. So how do I run a workshop and actually get people to not only show up, but to have their camera on and engage? Great question here, Rachel. You need to lead and you need to change beliefs that your audience has. All right. Now, here's what's interesting. is that, Rachel, as soon as you are able to shift somebody's perspective, their motivation, their energy levels, their confidence levels, they realistically will buy from you regardless of your skill level. All right, this is a very fascinating concept, but we buy emotionally, we justify logically. All right, whoever is best at shifting somebody's emotions normally gets the conversion, regardless of how good their actual skill set and training is. This is why oftentimes you guys might be saying to yourself, how is that person getting so many clients? They're not even that good. If you've ever said that to yourself, if you see somebody who's not as talented as you, is as experienced as you, but they're getting more clients and customers, it's because their skill set, they are better at shifting somebody's belief system, at making somebody emotionally feel something. All right. And then we go, okay, I'm emotionally tied here. I want to go that direction because I feel something. If you just feel nothing and you get a bunch of information, you're like, you're either overwhelmed or you're like, that's boring. And so the name of the game is how can you connect on an emotional level with your audience? And that's why we see so many ridiculous television commercials today that make you laugh, that make you smile, that make you feel sentimental. Something is because the emotion is a big part. We are emotional creatures. So what I would do in your situation here, Rachel, is Rachel's giving so much amazing, valuable information, trainings, how-tos to her audience. A missing ingredient is connecting emotionally with her audience. Hey, guess what? You don't, this is, if I was Rachel, I would be starting to do content and videos around the mindset it takes to become an expert and a successful permanent makeup artist. Hey, ladies, guess what? I know you're extremely talented at doing eyebrows, but guess what? Your next level is showing up as a leader. It is getting on video. It is demonstrating before and after photos. It is talking about your success. It is not caring what friends and family think about your business. It is showing behind the scenes when things don't go perfect. All of these things that might trigger a little bit of insecurity in you, that's your next level of leadership. And it also includes showing up to workshops because guess what? The best athletes in the world, they show up to practice early, they stay late, they confront the media on video when they miss the game-winning shot, and they talk about it, but they don't shy away from their imperfections. They just strive to get better. And so if you're wanting to be in the top 1% of permanent makeup artists, you probably already have the skill set, but what you're lacking is you're not taking the next step forward in regards to your leadership. You need to come to this workshop, and here's what we're going to do. I'm going to help you with A, B, and C, and help you tap into and reveal to you what the top 1% of permanent makeup artists are doing. This is why my clinic has over 300 reviews on Google. We're considered the #1 permanent makeup artist business here in Sydney, Australia. We've been like that for the last 15 years. I always am booked out in my schedule. I want to reveal to you how that is done, but it starts with you saying, I'm ready for the next level. You need to show up live and say to you and prove to yourself that you're ready for the next level. That right there is a different level of communication, Rachel. And I did that off the cusp on the fly, just as an example. So some of that might not even be niche or relevant or niche or even industry relevant, right? Because it's not my industry. But there's the how-to training. That's what 90% of the internet does. How to do XYZ. That's all right. But the top 10% also connect on a mindset and energetic level with their audience to shift their audience's belief on what is possible. Why not to be afraid of success or afraid of failure? And what needs to change behaviorally for them to get to the next level. And that's the unlock that your audience needs so that they show up to the workshop, they have their camera on, they ask questions, they pay attention, and then they get results. And so this is why, if you guys have ever been to any type of marketing conference, motivational conference, self-improvement conference, a lot of it is less tactics and it's more what we would call raw motivational, right? High five your stranger, do XYZ, jump up and down, tell yourself I can do it, scream at the top of your lungs, I am worthy. All of those little things that they have you do at the conference is because they know from stage, I need to change the audience's emotional state because when we feel better, when we feel more empowered, when we feel more confident, it would make sense that, yeah, let me invest, let me step forward, let me improve, let me grow. I'm ready for this because somebody that's not feeling worthy is very unlikely to invest. And if they do invest, sometimes they're a bad client and or customer. Those are a couple things. Hope that's helpful. Rachel, Bobby Moore, top three. Dino, what are the top three uses? And this is, again, welcome to the first episode of Ask Dino, where I answer your burning questions. Bobby Moore, top three uses, Dino, for AI and business systems, time savings with specifics. Let's start with that one. All right, so I wish this was a one-size-fits-all solution, but you need to ask yourself, where's the majority of your time going in regards to repetitive tasks inside of your business? So as an example, if you write a daily email, maybe you have a newsletter and you write a daily email, all right, that is probably taking you at least 30 minutes per day to create a daily email and send it out. That can be essentially automated with AI. All right. And so the easiest, I'm going to start with easy. I'm going to go to expert. If you are newer to AI and if you're not good with tech, you need to become really familiar with custom GPTs. All right. I call them custom GPTs. They technically are just GPTs. All right. So this is an iteration of Chat GPT where it will have your memory saved, and a GPT is designed to just do one task on repeat very well. And as an example, if you write a daily email, you should create for yourself a GPT that is your daily email GPT. What that means is that you're going to create an iteration of ChatGPT and you're going to train this little, call it AI personal assistant. It's your email personal assistant. You're going to train it on how you like to write your daily emails, who your target audience is, what problem you solve, what your offer is, why you're unique from the competition, what your experience levels are, and how to connect with your audience. You're going to train it on that. You might even feed that GPT a bunch of your previous emails so it has your writing style. But this allows you every single morning to wake up, go to your email GPT and say, I'm ready for my daily email. Today, we're promoting my workshop. Today, we're promoting my course. And it will immediately create you that email because it already has all the information and has all the history. So what you should be doing, what we all should be doing, is creating all these iterations, all these different little mini GPTs, AI assistants that do all different things. All right, think of it as, imagine you owned a massive mansion and estate. You'd have somebody that took care of the lawn, somebody that's your cook, somebody that does the cleaning, somebody that does the laundry, somebody that does the roofs, somebody that does the lighting, somebody that does as your chauffeur and your driver. You have people doing different tasks. Think of GPTs like that. All right. It only takes a little, like 10, 15 minutes to train one. All right. But you're going to create an email GPT to send you daily emails. If you post on Instagram every day, you should have an Instagram GPT that writes you your actual post caption so that all you need to do is upload a video or a graphic. If you create video every single day, maybe you're doing a lot of reels or TikToks, you should have a TikTok GPT that's going to instantly give you 100 different viral topics in your niche. By the way, we give this to all of our clients in our mastermind, Visionary Rising. Quick plug there, don't hate me. But you should have a custom GPT that gives you video topics so that you don't have to sit here and go, what am I talking about today? You have video topics. Again, if you do a lot of video, you should also have another GPT that writes you video scripts. So here's my viral topic of the day. Can you give me a 60-second script for that as well? So I have some direction on what I want to talk about in this video. All right. That's what I would do in regards to using AI to save time, save money, save energy, resources, everything else, scale more, faster, is I would begin the easy ways with GPTs. Now, when we get more advanced, we have to start talking about custom AI agents. All right. And there are a lot of different platforms that can help you to do this. I think an easy one that we are experimenting with now, and I am by no way, shape, or form an expert here in AI agents, but we are getting closer because I'm starting to play around with it quite a bit. But go to make.com. All right. You can create an AI agent. So, what is an AI agent? It's different than what you guys know as OpenAI. You have ChatGPT, which means you need to be there to chat back and forth. An AI agent means you do not need to be there. It is a creepy AI that is running around your house when you are not home doing the cleaning for you. It is a robot that is working when you are sleeping, when you are at the gym, when you are driving your car. This robot is still working. Think of the Waymo, essentially little automated taxi cab driver things. If you guys have those in your city yet, they're wild. There's nobody there. This car is driving around autonomously. It's picking up passengers and dropping them off. There's no human involved in that interaction. That's what an AI agent is. All right. So as you get more advanced in terms of how can AI save me time, money, energy, resources, grow my business, you would start getting into more advanced tools like make.com, and you would build yourself a custom agent. And the way that works is you might program this agent to say, hey, check my email every morning at 8 a.m. Anything that you can respond to based on information you have about me, go ahead and respond to it. Here's my calendar. If somebody's wanting to book a call, qualify them. And then if they are qualified, schedule a call with them. And otherwise, if there's any information you can or emails you can't answer, forward that back to me and say, hey, I need a human to answer this. But that's an example of what an agent will do. Google just came out with Gemini or upgraded a bunch of features in Gemini. And so they have their entire new AI system and platform. This is massive. This happened within the last 2 weeks. And the reason that's massive is because a lot of us have a Gmail account. And now you can have your own essential AI agent that runs and manages your email for you. And it will read email newsletters and respond to emails for you without you being there. It will schedule appointments for you. It will send emails back on your behalf. It can do everything for you. We'll be talking more about agents here over the next 3 to 5 months because, yes, we'll be rolling out these types of systems, and all of us should as well. Next question, Andy says, and Andy is a relationship coach for married couples who might be facing some issues or some questions. And so, Dino, what is the most effective way to drive traffic to an upcoming mini workshop or webinar without relying heavily on paid ads? How do you drive traffic organically? Great question, Andy. It is always essentially a two-step process. I think a lot of us overcomplicate this. This is a great burning question from Andy. But here's what the mindset that should never change. It is produce value, all right, distribute value. Produce value, distribute value. Produce value, distribute value. It is very easy to drive organic traffic when you have value to share with your audience. All right, so if I am Andy, if I am a marriage relationship coach, I'm doing a video that might be titled "The One Thing to Never Say to Your Spouse." All right, so I'm going to record a 2 or 3 minute video. Here's the one cardinal sin, the one thing you could never say to your spouse that will piss them off, and this is why they give you the cold shoulder for at least a week. All right, that's the title of my video. That's the topic of my video. All right, I go ahead and I record that video, and I tell you, don't do this one thing. Don't tell them their bacon isn't good, whatever the thing is. I do the video. At the end of the video, I go, hey, if this was helpful, all right, and you want to learn other things to never say to your spouse, as well as the 5 turn-ons that your spouse would absolutely love that makes it so that they listen to you, they pay attention to you, they give you love and affection, and it can save your marriage, then come to my upcoming workshop. Comment down below, or there's a link down below if you want to attend my upcoming workshop. This literally can change the direction of your entire life. If you're headed towards divorce, you need to be at this workshop. I promise you, this will change everything. So again, this kind of goes back to one of the initial questions we had from Danny, which is how do you drive more traffic? Strong call to action. Value, call to action. Give, ask. Value, call to action. Record the video, make a strong call to action. Hey, if this was helpful, comment bonus down below if you want my bonus free workshop where I'm going to help you do XYZ. All right, so strong call to action. And so a lot of us are creating video content. That's step 1, right? It's produce valuable content. Step 2 is distribute, but you're not distributing. All right, a lot of us, I did a YouTube video last week, and normally my YouTube videos get hundreds, if not thousands of views. All right, this one got like 50 views. Was I upset? No, I was not. Here is why. Recording the video is the most difficult part. All right. But what really matters is the distribution. Because I already did the recording of the video, all right, I go back to my other social media channels and I say, hey, guys, guess what? I just recorded a free video on how to run a 30-minute workshop to bring on board your next 5 clients. Do you want a copy of this? People say yes. The comment section goes nuts. Everybody's saying, yes, Dino. I want that video that shows me how to run a 30-minute workshop to get clients. All right, now I'm doing the distribution piece. With every person that says yes, I'm giving them a link to the video I recorded. All right, so for Andy, how do you drive more traffic to your workshop? 1, use our custom GPT inside of the program. It's going to give you 100 viral video hooks in your industry, which would be on relationship coaching and very interesting topics that people are curious about in regards to improving their marriage and or relationship. All right, and then you're going to start recording videos and answering those questions. And you're going to say, hey guys, if you thought this was awesome, the one thing to never say to your spouse, you're going to love this workshop coming up, because this barely scratches the surface of cool things you can do inside of your relationship. We're talking about better communication. We're talking about better intimacy, better sex, more energy, more fun. Suddenly your significant other's complimenting you again. This is happening. This is happening. This is happening. You're on fire and you feel like you are a teenager going on your first date again. You have the butterfly feeling. If you want all of that, come to my workshop. That is what we need to do. Value. All right, we're giving the value, but we need to distribute. We need to say, hey, if you want more of this, come to my workshop. And Andy, feel free to scour my Facebook profile. You're going to notice a trend. Generally speaking, the majority of my content is me giving value and then me asking who would like more of this. Would you like a bonus? Would you like to attend my workshop? Comment down below workshop if you want a link to come to our workshop. So it's give and then ask. A lot of us are a little bit shy when it comes to the ask part. So that's what I would focus more on. If you're doing the value part, you need to do more of the asking part. And by the way, guys, it's not just an ask once and you're done. It is an ask consistently, because you are consistently producing value. You need to consistently be asking, hey, do you want to come to my workshop as well? Again, we're going to run every single month. We run a workshop. We'll run one this month as well. And so with all of my video trainings, I will give value. And then I'll say, hey guys, if you thought this was cool, you want to be on the hot seat, you want to ask some burning questions, you want to come to the workshop, learn how to land clients in 30 minutes, right? Comment workshop down below. I'll get you a link to register for our next workshop. There's always has to be that call to action. Hope that's helpful, Andy. If you have any other follow-up questions, let me know. Hope this was helpful, guys. This is our first off the cusp session of Ask Dino Anything, where you bring your burning questions here to the table. If this was helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Links beneath this video to cool resources. Don't miss those. We'll see you in the next